So, guys, here we are, MMA UK News. Obviously, myself, Stoomboy, as always, for the MMA UK BJJ show. So, still talking about SGI8. SGI8, as we know, Saturday the 9th of October. The doors open at 5 o'clock. First fight kicks off 5:45. Now, tickets are only available, as I keep saying, directly from Scottish Grappling on the Eventbrite page. Because it is a council building, council obviously have a very strict track and trace policy, so do not turn up on the day expecting to get into the venue, paying on the door like we normally do, because as I say, that definitely will not happen. So Eventbrite through Scottish Grappling, make sure you get your tickets. Deals on the tickets, as always, £20 a ticket, 5 tickets for the price of 4, so 80 quid, 10 for the price of 8, so 160 quid. So make sure you get as many people in as possible. Bring your friends, family, fucking bring dogs, cats, whoever you want to bring, because it's going to be an absolutely fantastic event from start to finish. We've got the eight-man tournament. We'll kick off with the quarterfinals and then rounding off with the final of the eight-man tournament as well. So my next guest, obviously, Elliott McArthur, Scottish Hit Squad. So he's going to be fighting Danny Naismith of Force Fitness. Now, obviously, for me, knowing these two guys are going to absolutely bring it. So this, for me, potentially has the potential to be the fight of the night. So this is one that I'm looking forward to. I'd say when I see these two guys matched up, I thought this is going to be definitely a great grappling match. So it's definitely one to look forward to. And I believe you guys are on just before the second interval. Yeah, so just before the second interval. So, yeah, make sure you guys are in to watch this one. So, Elliott, absolute pleasure to have you on, buddy. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Just for having me on.
Yeah, listen, definitely a pleasure. So, Elliott, how are you then? How's your training going now that we are 100% back, fully training? Yep. So, how's it going for you?
Great, to be honest. I've been training 2-3 times a day, like 5-6 days a week. Just been constantly just going for it.
Yeah. And how's it on your body? I know training. I mean, I remember I used to do it back in the day, training 2-3 times a day and all that. So it was always tough. I mean, how's it for you?
Tough. Like at first it was really hard, but like I've been doing it for a good few weeks now, like months, and it's got to the point now where you just kind of get used to being sore. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you're never 100%. There's always something niggling at you, but you just gotta get on with
it. Definitely. I remember the pains, man. Your hands were sore, the back was sore, legs, pelvis. Do you know what I mean? There was every part of your body was agony, and that was just through jiu-jitsu. Do you know what I mean? Yep. So, and what about you? I mean, do you cross-train anything else other than jiu-jitsu?
Yeah, so I've started doing MMA more seriously now. Yep. So I'm doing an interclub tomorrow, and I've got my actual debut in November.
Right.
So that'll be down south somewhere. I can't really remember where.
Yeah. Listen, I'm sure we'll speak at that point anyway, because I know that we do MMA UK covers kind of most of the events throughout the UK. So listen, we'll definitely have a chat about that nearer the time as well. So and then SGI, you mentioned obviously this is going to be your first time on SGI. So we've got quite a few first timers on SGI than we normally have. And I say to everybody, it's a great venue. Anybody that's never been in the venue before, when they go in for the first time and they see the kind of layout and stuff like that, it looks absolutely brilliant. So I mean, it's definitely an event you're going to enjoy.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Like I've only done like one sub only type thing before, so it's something kind of new for me as well. But I think sub only like kind of suits my style a lot more anyway.
Yeah, definitely. And the Hit Squad's one of these gyms as well that I know. Obviously Brian and all the guys there, they're always pushing for the finish. Not really points players, but as I say, you'll build up points, but as I say, you'll always be looking to finish your opponent in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, you just need to look at Paul in the UFC, like pulling guard, going on his back, and just constantly going for the finish. He's not really caring what position he's in.
It's
just kind of how we're all trained there. It's just get the position and then work the sub, but the submission's the important thing.
Definitely. And then going up against Danny Naismith. So I know Danny's fighting tonight, almighty. So good luck to Danny. Hope he comes through that okay. So yeah, he's fighting on that tonight. So Danny Naismith, Force Fitness. I mean, what do you know about Danny as a grappler?
Nothing. I just know that he's an MMA fighter. I know he's 5-0, something along those lines. So like, I know
he's around
obviously,
about that, yeah.
so he's clearly good. So I'm just looking forward to that. Just like an MMA fighter, hopefully he's got that type of style as well, and coming into that to grapple with, and like I'm looking forward to that. Like I think that suits me as well, because obviously I'm trying to go into MMA now, so that MMA style is perfect for me.
Yeah. And what do you notice? Because I notice differences whenever I see like MMA fighters, maybe pure MMA fighters that are doing a grappling competition against a pure jiu-jitsu guy. And sometimes there can be little differences because obviously MMA, you know, obviously there's punches and kicks and stuff like elbows and so on being thrown, whereas jiu-jitsu, we don't have to worry about that. So, I mean, do you think that's going to be an advantage for you or not?
Nah, not really. I don't think so. Like I usually find guys that are good at MMA and good at MMA based grappling. Their pressure is really good. They're really good at top control. But I'm really comfortable off my back on top. I feel I don't really mind where it ends up.
Yeah, definitely. And then you mentioned obviously you're on the Interclub tomorrow down in I believe it's Rochdale. You were saying so.
Yeah.
And you're going down with the man, the myth, the legend, Neil Laird.
Yep, big
So
Neil.
that'll be an interesting drive down south.
I know. I'm looking forward to it. I think he's got some guys on Almighty tonight as well.
Yeah. I think he does. Yeah, I'm sure he definitely does. So, so obviously going down there tomorrow. Then, so how you feeling about tomorrow?
Oh, I feel good. I feel really confident. Like the level that I've gotten to, that I've not even been able to show off yet recently, it's through the roof. It's like another level I'm at just now. And that just comes from being in the hit squad every day, getting my head kicked in off of folk like Paul, off of like Bungie, all these high level guys. And I know for a fact that whoever I come up against isn't going to be able to work me the way Paul can, for example, you know.
Yeah. I always say that to the guys in our gym as well. Whenever they're doing like competitions, and I always say that's my mentality is like there's nobody that I'm going to stand in front of that can kick my ass the way some of the guys in my gym can do. So that's why I go in. I'm never nervous. I don't fear anything whenever I go into jiu-jitsu comps. I know you look around and I mean you'll probably see this. People you look around and people are all nervous and they're worrying about shit. And you're like, mate, there's nothing to be worried about. We do this for fun, man.
Yep. I get more nervous doing like this type of thing than actually competing. Like I don't get nervous really at all. Maybe like 5 minutes before I walk onto the mat or something, and then before that and after that, I'm fine. I'm good.
Yeah. Nah, listen, I said I remember being competing, absolutely loving it. As I said, I was always laughing and joking and jumping about and trying to wind my opponents up and stuff like that all the time. Do you know what I mean? So, and again, it was just purely for fun, just to have a laugh. Do you know what I mean? So, and then what's going forward? Because I know you mentioned obviously you got a fight there. Debut coming up in November, but I mean, in regards to grappling and stuff like that, I mean, what do you see for yourself going forward? What would you like to see yourself doing?
I really enjoy like the sub only format a lot more than like the point setting. Traditionally IBJJF rule sets. I much prefer the sub only, the no stalling, going for it. I want to keep doing that type of grappling, to be honest. But like that other the IBJJF stuff, I corner a lot of our guys, I coach a lot of the guys. So I'm cool like going to events, helping guys out. And like I'm not saying I wouldn't compete at them, but I'm more inclined to compete at the sub only stuff, the stuff where it's just all action really.
Yeah. And I know obviously we've got a future SGIs coming up, but there's obviously other kind of submission only tournaments coming up as well, competitions, invitationals and so on. So, a lot of the guys always go from SGI, always go on to different things as well. So yeah, fingers crossed for you on the 9th. And then you mentioned about coaching as well, obviously coaching guys at competitions. Do you get more nervous as a competitor or more nervous as a coach?
Coaching for sure. For sure. There's so I've cornered Paul at some UFC events before.
I saw that,
and there was one photo, I think it was in Brazil, where afterwards my hair's like all over the place. I had a bushy beard. I just looked like chalk white. It was just so like it's so different. See, because it's not in your control as much anymore. It's just it just makes you feel on edge the full time.
Yeah. I can imagine, obviously, like especially UFC. I mean, going in, and Paul's been in some wars, man. Do you know what I mean? He's been in some absolute wars. So I can imagine it's nail biting stuff. So, but yeah, no, listen, always look forward to seeing Paul as well. So, and then kind of last thing for you, then. So anybody you want to kind of shout out to? So any kind of friends, family members, teammates, anything like that.
Just really all the guys in the gym, like just putting me through my paces all the time. Brian just taking an interest, helping me like every way that he can. Jimmy as well, Brian's brother. Like both of them are just like wizards when it comes to grappling. Like they can teach you so many different things, and like Paul's been teaching me a lot as well, a lot with like the legs, because he's gotten really good at that apparently. Like he's just a nightmare everywhere. So yeah, just getting constantly beat up by these high level guys is just what I need.
Definitely. So yeah, listen, guys, SGI8, as I mentioned, Maryhill Community Halls, Saturday the 9th of October. As I said, doors open at 5 o'clock, so make sure you're in there early, getting your seats. And first fight starts 5:45. Elliott McArthur, Scottish Hit Squad, going to be fighting Danny Naismith, Force Fitness. As I said, this is going to be an absolute beautiful fight from what I see. So I'd say no one watching these guys, definitely get yourselves watching this one. So for me, fight of the night is going to be this one. So make sure you're seeing this one. So Elliott, listen, absolute pleasure to have you on, buddy.
That's good talking to you.
Thanks for taking the time to speak to me, and listen, all the best. Stay safe, and I'll see you on the 9th, buddy. All right.
We'll see you soon.
Take it easy, mate. Bye bye.
Bye bye.